All right, I wanted to talk today about a very simple way for you to go through and problem solve to see if your Flash file isn't working, how to go through and figure out how to get it working. Because if you just simply post my game isn't working, why? You know, I'm never going to have enough time to come back to you and efficiently answer your problem so you can move forward. So this will benefit you greatly. The real easy thing to do is to keep two sets of files. I'd like you to go through and try and manage this for every game that you do. Every week we'll have a set of source files where you can have them here. You'll have your own modified source files, because what you're supposed to do is create your own game pieces and bring into the game or alter the ones that are there so that you have a unique game. But in terms of following the steps through, you know, that's going to be kind of your key. It's such a big learning curve to go through in Flash that you don't want to try and, oh, I learned how to do one thing, so I'm going to try and create, you know, Asteroids 2 or something. You want to make sure that you're following along and doing things in such a way that you can see exactly what's going on. So you'll have the source files that come from the website, and they're all set here. Then you'll also have your own set, just that you're working on your own. So as you go through and add the code, you can go through and see what works or doesn't work. That way, when you have a question, you can say, hey, I got to step 4, and where it says var brick equals new brick. After I tested it there, it doesn't work. Because sometimes what will happen is it may say if you test it out, it won't work. And so then what you got to do is actually do something, or it'll work the same as it did before, which would be nothing. There would be no change, because this piece of code makes it work. So if you just say, hey, it doesn't work, why? I'm going to go through, you know, all of your code trying to find something that's wrong and see what doesn't work, when, you know, simply you may just have to add something else here. So if you say, hey, I did this step and it doesn't work, I can go, oh, that because nothing changed. You need, after that is where something will happen. So just to save you time so you can keep going on your assignments, that's going to be the best way to go. If we look at these two files here, we've got, oh, I missed the ball. We've got one, brick's not breaking, right? That's the file that I'm working on. And then we've got the source document here, missed it again. And that one, you see when the brick hits, they disappear. So there's something not working in this game. The easy, simple, fantastic way to go through and do this is, here's my modified file, all right? Your Swift won't matter, but your FLA and any of your action scripts, there'll be, you know, 4 or 5, a bunch of them in some of the later on games, which is why it's very important to tell me where you were at when stuff went wrong, because, you know, it'll take me a week to go through 6 different action script files and figure out what you got. Generally, you're not going to have a whole lot in here. It's going to mostly be in your action script files that you're going to have problems, because it's loading all this stuff dynamically. So I would always start with any kind of action script file. If it's available, if you're at a point where there's just a Flash file, that's going to be the one that you modify, but you'll just methodically work your way through these. If there's 5 different action script files, you'll do this for each one. Come over to your modified, and I'm just going to give this a different name for a second, brick 1, all right? And then I'm going to come up here to my source files, which I know that work, and I'm going to copy and paste that brick file down here, all right? So now, if I come back to my file and test it, it works, all right? So if there were 4 different action script files that we're dealing with here, that would say this one file is the one that has an error, all right? But if it works for all of those, then try the Flash file, and then if it doesn't work, that's a good time to kind of message me and say, hey, I swapped all these out and nothing still works. So what you'll do then is pull up both of these files, and Flash is one of those crazy things where it will be very simple, very, very, very painful errors to go through and find. You'll miss a curly semicolon, you'll miss an asterisk. In this case here, line 15, public function brick. What I had done is I had changed it to lowercase b, very case sensitive. So everything you do will be affected by whether or not you put a capital B in somewhere. So if I go through, there's my error. I can change that to brick, and I'll save that file. And I'm going to come back here and delete my brick that I had. Be sure to rename this guy back to brick. And it's been modified outside of Flash. Hit yes. close it because they're going to be different. And I didn't save it before I put it in there. It's going to tell me it's gone. So we'll save as for now. And move that to trash. And save the saved file, brick. So if I play that, oh, almost got it. It works now. So solve the problem. All of that took, less than a couple of minutes, and that's going to save you a whole bunch of time going through, and you're going to be able to probably find a lot of these errors. And if you can't find them, you can go through and message me, and I'll look for them as well, or everyone else that's there. Oh yeah, I did a semicolon instead of something, and you'll figure out what was there. But these are very well written, very, very thorough, so you don't have some of the problems with people skipping steps or whatever. So good luck, and let me know if you have any problems. Thanks.